The rain that night wasn't normal. It was the kind of rain that made the world feel heavy, like something big was about to happen. Armin stood outside his small, broken house, holding a rusted metal bucket under the leaking roof. Water dripped steadily, each drop echoing in the silence of his lonely life. Inside, his 6-year-old daughter, Zara, slept on a thin mattress, her tiny hands wrapped around a worn-out teddy bear. Armin looked at her and smiled faintly. She was the only reason he kept going. Life had not been kind to him. His wife had passed away 3 years ago, leaving him alone to raise Zara. Since then, every day had been a struggle, working double shifts, skipping meals, hiding his pain behind tired eyes. That night, he was about to close the door when he saw something unusual. A figure. A woman, standing in the rain. She looked lost. No umbrella. No phone. No movement. Just standing there, like she didn't belong to this world. Armin hesitated. People like him didn't get involved in trouble. Trouble usually destroyed what little they had. But then he remembered Zara. What if she was out there one day, alone? Without thinking further, he walked toward the woman. "Excuse me, are you okay?" No response. He got closer. Her clothes were expensive, but soaked and muddy. Her face pale. Eyes empty. I think you need help," he said softly. She looked at him, confused, like she didn't understand where she was. "I don't remember anything," she whispered. That was enough. Armin didn't ask more questions. "Come inside," he said. And just like that, his life changed. Inside the small house, Zara woke up and rubbed her eyes. "Papa, who is she?" Armin smiled gently. "A guest." Zara sat up and looked at the woman carefully, then did something unexpected. She got off the bed, walked over, and held the woman's hand. "It's okay," she said. "You can stay with us." The woman's eyes filled with tears. For the first time that night, she smiled. They gave her dry clothes, old, simple ones that belonged to Armin's late wife. She wore them quietly. Zara sat beside her, talking endlessly like children do, asking questions she couldn't answer. "What's your name?" Silence. The woman looked down. "I don't know." Zara blinked. "That's okay," she said confidently. "I'll give you a name." Armin chuckled lightly. "What name?" Zara thought for a moment, then smiled brightly. "Angel." The woman looked at her again, and for the first time, there was warmth in her eyes. "Angel," she repeated softly. That night, they shared a simple meal, just bread and lentils. Armin noticed something. The way she held the spoon, the way she sat, the way she spoke. She wasn't ordinary. There was something different about her. But he didn't ask. Because sometimes, helping someone didn't require answers. The next morning, everything changed. Armin woke up early, ready to leave for work. But before he could step outside, he froze. The entire street was blocked. Dozens, no, hundreds of luxury cars. Black, shining, expensive. Men in suits stood everywhere, talking into earpieces, scanning the area. Neighbors had gathered, whispering, shocked. "What is happening? Is this a movie shoot? Who lives here?" Armin's heart started beating faster. One of the men noticed him. Within seconds, several guards approached. "Sir, please step back." Armin raised his hands nervously. "This is my house." They paused. Then one of them spoke into a device. "She's here." Everything went silent. Then, a sleek black car door opened. A man stepped out. Sharp suit. Cold eyes. Powerful presence. He walked straight toward Armin. Where is she? Armin swallowed. Who? The man stared directly into his eyes. Miss Elena Voss. Armin's mind went blank. Elena. Before he could say anything, the woman stepped out from behind the door. The same woman. The one Zara had named Angel. But today, she looked different. Confident. Powerful. Alive. The man immediately bowed his head slightly. Ma'am, we've been searching for you everywhere. Zara ran to her. Angel. The woman looked at her, and something broke inside her. Tears. Real ones. I remember now, she whispered. Armin stood there, confused. What is going on? The man turned to him. You sheltered one of the most powerful businesswomen in the world. Armin felt like the ground disappeared beneath him. Elena Voss owns half of the global tech industry. Flashbacks hit her. A car crash. Betrayal. Someone trying to eliminate her. She had escaped, but lost her memory. Until now. And the place she found safety was not a palace. Not a luxury hotel. But a broken house, with a kind man and a little girl. Elena walked toward Armin. For a moment, everything else disappeared. You helped me, when you had nothing, she said softly. Armin shook his head. I just did what anyone would do. She smiled slightly. No, she said. Not anyone. Then she turned to the guards. Bring them. Within minutes, the street filled even more. Gifts. Food. Clothes. Money. But Armin stepped back. I don't want this. Everyone froze. Elena looked at him, surprised. You don't? He shook his head. I didn't help you for money. Silence. Deep, heavy silence. Then Zara spoke. Papa, we can keep a little, she whispered. Everyone laughed softly. The tension broke. Elena knelt down in front of Zara. What do you want? She asked. Zara thought carefully. Then smiled. I want you to come back. Elena's eyes filled again. Days passed. But things didn't go back to normal. They became something new. Elena didn't just disappear. She returned. Again and again. Not as a billionaire. But as Angel. She rebuilt Armin's house, but kept its soul. She offered him a job, but respected his dignity. She funded Zara's education, but stayed part of her life. And slowly. A broken man, a little girl, and a lost billionaire became a family. But the story didn't end there. Because the people who tried to destroy Elena were still out there. And this time, Armin wasn't just a poor single dad anymore. He was standing beside one of the most powerful women in the world. And together, they were unstoppable. The end, viral hook ending. Because sometimes, the smallest act of kindness doesn't just change one life. It changes everything.